Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. How's your day going today? I hope good. Paul, Don, the three amigos, we went out this morning. BLOWNEIDA came back overnight. Courtney and I were out last evening and it was like glass. It was beautiful. We watched the sunset. Got off the water about 9-ish. This morning I got over here to meet Don and Paul at 4:45 and it was blowing 10 to 15 conservatively out of the, it was pretty much due east, wasn't it? A little bit of north in it. It was hustling. I mean, we had solid 2s and 3s all day today. We got out on the drift that has been producing right on the west end here this morning, and I got us started on the first cast, first drift. It wasn't hot and heavy today by any means. What did we end up? 5, 6 keepers?
8 keepers, 8 throwbacks.
I didn't realize we had that many.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice sunny.
Nice sunny,
And-
big smallmouth at the end.
Stegosaurus.
On a blade, he was 20 inches. I'll put the picture up. My first sunfish caught jigging a blade this year. I've caught a couple just straight retrieving them like a lipless crankbait. We were fishing the west end. We were off the islands right there in the big flat, which is filthy right now with mayflies. Filthy. Water temp is in the mid 60s, 64, 65. Again, big east wind. No shortage of fish out there, but certainly our first couple drifts were our best, by far.
Yeah, and they shut off, they hit that 7-ish, 15-ish.
Yeah. A friend of ours was out. How did they do?
They got 8 also.
They got 8.
Yeah.
Between 2 guys.
Yeah.
And they were out a full 20 minutes to a half an hour before we were. Did he say if he got any in the dark before it got light?
I didn't ask. I didn't ask.
But it certainly has been seemingly early, at least right here on the west end. Now, even with as rough as it was, there was, for a Monday morning, there was probably a dozen boats in that drift, first light. And I would assume that turned them off a little bit as well. Walleyes will typically only handle just so much pressure for so long. But again, my assumption also is we could have drifted damn near any place on that flat because it's full of fish and it's full of bait. And the bait primarily, now we had scum lines, we had bug scum lines on the water today. Not terrible yet. I don't know how long this larva stays in larva stage before it comes to the surface to become a mayfly, but it was just constant clouds. Yesterday, I'm in my boat, back in my boat and in my own fish finder, it was just, I couldn't get away from them until I got out in the 30-foot range off of 130. That was before I stopped seeing those clouds of mayflies down there. But we caught them last year all the way through it.
Yep.
I mean, and last year it lasted for the better part of all summer long. So I don't see why we shouldn't again this year.
The hardest thing today was sometimes just keeping up with the drift. It was so fast. 3 bags out and we're still hitting between 8 and 1.5 and 1.2. So it was hard to get that fine line of drift speed and catching up with your blade.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And everything was blades today.
Yes.
I did throw a couple different jigging wraps, but I didn't do anything on them. And then everything you guys had were on blades, right? You guys were throwing Carl's blades, Carl Kapfer, right?
Yeah, I was showing the gold holographic.
That new one,
New
is there a
box
name
style.
to that?
Fish catcher.
Fish catcher. There you go. And I was between I1s and I had some decent success on that Demiki blade this morning. It's a smaller profile, looks a lot like a Johnson Thin Fisher, with Don's a fan of. I got that Demiki blade at Lakeside Outfitters. Demiki's a Japanese bass company, oddly enough. But the blades, it ran great. It's the first time I'd really fished it this much silver black profile. You know, Terry was talking about that silver black yesterday. You said you've been doing well on gold. I've been doing good on homie, which is black and gold and all gold. And then yesterday, mid-morning, I switched over to silver and did okay. Didn't kill him.
And what, the green, blue, and
You had that multicolored
Yep,
looking I1. My first fish of the morning was that purple tiger that was in my blade bait kit that I was selling last winter. It's the dark purple with the light. It's the hot pink one with the dark purple stripes on it. That was my first fish of the day, and then that was it. So, how much does color play a role? I'm not sure. You know, 3 different times today I threw stuff that was opaque and darker in color, thinking maybe I could get one of these fish to think that it was a bug down there. You know, problem is we don't ever. And I brought this up to the guys this morning. We don't ever get bugs on your hooks, oddly enough. I mean, we're rip jigging those hooks through. You'll stick it in a fish, but those clouds of bait of bugs down there. I mean, they're about yay big, and
In the sink.
I'm assuming down below they're black, brown, olive, somewhere's in there. You know. I did bring a fly with me this morning. I was gonna fish a drop shot rig, but it was sporty this morning. I mean, we took multiple ones over to bow when we were running out. It was sporty, you know. It was good drift though, and it didn't bother the fish at all. So,
Well, your boots got cleaned, that's for sure.
boots, the boat, yep, my rain gear, you name it. So.
That felt like it was Dancing with the Stars
I
today.
was riding a bull today.
Yeah.
He wanted to strap me in with his tree stick.
A couple times this morning, I'm like, whoa! I got a fish out. I'm like, oh, screw it. I'm just trying to hold on for dear life. So,
Yeah,
all
that
right.
one, I thought you fell and you had the rod up and you're saving yourself. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, because I'm still trying to hold on, and I'm like, okay, I can't reel lines. Tips standing up. There's no tension on the line. You know, any other time that fish would have come off when you did everything correct. You know, you're fighting for your stability, and he still stays on. So go figure. But gentlemen, it's always a pleasure fishing with you guys.
Company's the best.
Company's the best. Fishing was catching fish was a bonus. So thank you, everybody. Have a great Monday. I hope your week starts out great, because that way it'll go great. So have a good one. It's Monday. I'll see everybody tomorrow morning from out here on the lake. And I think that's it.
We're good.
Keep your tip up.